Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's look is very much inspired by Shaaanxo's video that I watched the other day. She did a look based on a monarch butterfly. If you've ever seen a monarch butterfly, it's got beautiful reds and oranges and yellows all throughout its wings and blacks, and I thought I would do my version of it and maybe a slightly more dramatic one. I've done my own wee things, like added the white speckles that you often see in a monarch butterfly, and yeah, so I'll link Shaaanxo's video below if you want to check that out. It's amazing, she's amazing, and if you want to see how I created this look, just stick around. Okay, so as you can see, I've already got my foundation and contour and highlight, basically all my makeup apart from the eye look, because I just wanted to focus on that today, otherwise it would be a really long video. If you want to see how I do my makeup, my foundation and my contour and highlight and everything, check out some of my first few videos because it's a more in-depth tutorial with those. But in Shaaanxo's video, she uses her own palette, her Shaaanxo brand palette, which has a lot of the colours that you'd need for doing this look in it. Unfortunately, I don't have that palette. I wish I did because it's beautiful, but the only yellow I have is in this really old school palette here. I think it's by 17. Yeah, 17. But yeah, it's got this yellow in it that I'm going to use. And then for the rest of the look, I'll be using, I recently got the Morphe 350 palette, but it's a dupe, so I got it on eBay. But yeah, mine's came broken as well, unfortunately, as you can see. But it's actually really good. Shout out to Soph Does Nails. If you haven't heard of her on YouTube, check her out, she's great. But she was showing dupes for some high-end palettes and things, and she mentioned that one. It's on eBay for $9.99, and I think it's a UK stockist, but yeah, $9.99, and it's actually really good. It takes a while to get the colour to build up for you, so I'd imagine the real Morphe 350 palette doesn't have that issue. I don't own it personally, so I can't even do a contrast, a comparison, should I say, but yeah, it's really good. I mainly got it for these colours here, these matte reds and oranges. They're just so beautiful for autumn and doing looks like this basically. But yeah, so the monarch butterfly has a lot of yellows and oranges in it, so like I said, I'm going to start off with this wee yellow colour here and try, well, I hope it, I haven't used it in years, so I hope it does the job. First, actually, I'm going to prep my eye. I'm going to use the palest shade in this Morphe dupe palette to try and put down a base because I get very oily eyelids. I'll use that palest shade as a sort of a primer, and because it's such a pale shade, it'll really make those yellows and oranges pop, which is what you want for this look. So now I can go in with that yellow. The brush I'm going to use is the one I always use. It's this one I got in Superdrug. It's a Revolution one, and it's just really good for the crease, blending out the crease. So once again, going to go in with that wee yellow colour. You can use any yellow that you have. I know a lot of palettes do yellows now, but this is the only one I have, so I'm just going to go in the crease with that. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of colour payoff with that yellow, but we'll persevere. And then I'll just bring that down along the lower lash line as well. Yeah, that wasn't great. So what I'm going to do is go into my Morphe dupe palette, and there's an orange in here that actually pulls very yellow. It's this one here. It actually looks yellow in my viewfinder right now, but it is orange in the pan. But let's see if I can get a bit more pigment from it. It's a bit better. Then I'm going to go in with a smaller brush, one of the Real Techniques eye brushes, and I'm going to use that same orangey yellow and get right in to that corner there, sweep it across. Because this palette is a dupe, like I said, you have to really go back into it quite a lot of times to get any kind of colour payoff, which I'm sure you don't have the same problem with the real Morphe palette, but I mean, for £9 it's pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a darker orange. I'm going to use this one just to deepen up that crease. And in the Monarch butterfly as well, you'll notice that its wings start with quite a yellow and then they transition into an orange, and even on some of them you'll see quite a red tone, and then there's black along the trim as well. But it's really beautiful sort of transition on its wings, which is what you're hoping to achieve with the yellows and oranges here. Then I'm going to take that same Real Techniques brush and go in along the lower lash line again. So that's looking quite orange at the minute, so I'm going to go back in with that yellow because the Monarch butterfly does have quite a lot of yellow. I would say it's more yellow than orange really, but so I'm going to go in and try and smoke that out a bit more. Then I'm just going to go in with, there's a browny red colour in this palette it's quite good, although it's not a colour you would see on the Monarch butterfly. It's just to deepen up that crease a bit and give the eye a bit more depth really. So I'm going to go in with a tiny bit of that, just right in the crease there. Then I'm going to take this little angled brush, it's actually an eyebrow brush, and I'm just going to go very tightly along the waterline with that reddish brown. So once you're happy with your shading, with the blending of the brown into the red, into the orange, into the yellow, then you can go into the centre of your eye and try and bring out that yellow a bit more and sort of create a bit of a highlight in the centre. So I'm going back into that original, not great yellow, but it'll do, and I'm just got a bit of that on my finger actually, and I'm going to put it right in that centre area. Like so. And then go back in with my brush with a bit of the orange again and try and blend that in a bit. So next I'm gonna take a white eyeliner and go in along the waterline there just to brighten that up. If you have a yellow eye pencil, it would be even better because it would really tie into the colours that we're using, but unfortunately I only have a white one, so. Then I'm going to go in with the black side of that pencil and just do a little bit along the lash line. Just again for a bit of definition and a bit of depth there to the eye. And now for the fun bit. I'm going to do a bit of liquid liner. I'm just going to use a black liquid liner, and this will sort of act as the outline of the Monarch butterfly's wing. It has black, quite a thick black line that goes along the edge of their wing. I'm going to go for quite a dramatic thick line to sort of mimic the black line on the butterfly. Oh, the eyeliner I'm using is Collection. It's one of my favourite to use. And then I'm just going to do a wee dot, a little black dot to sort of, sometimes on butterflies' wings you see certain dots and certain markings and they're always really symmetrical on both wings, so I'm just going to do one here. Like that. And now for the really fun bit, I'm going to try and do the white speckles that you often see on Monarch butterflies. I've actually got some here. Let's see. Mine aren't as realistic as Shannon's ones, but they're not as vibrant, but you can see they've got white speckles. But oh, unfortunately I don't have any white liquid eyeliner, which would be perfect for this job. I think Jeffree Star even does a liquid to matte lipstick in pure white, and apparently it's amazing as a eyeliner as well. So what I'm going to use is this pure white foundation by Illamasqua. I actually use this a lot to highlight and contour, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit of it on my hand, just a wee dab, and then I don't have a brush small enough even to do this, so what I'm going to use is the tip of this, because it's like a small wee tip. I'm just going to dip it into that, like very slightly, and then, let me see, I'll zoom you in here. All I'm going to do is take that bit of white foundation and try to carefully create, this is so awkward, create little dots and specks. More. Okay, so I've just realised an even better idea would be to use the tip of a very sharpened white pencil, and I'm not actually using the pigment from this pencil, I'm still dipping into this white, pure white foundation, but it's just an easier, smaller tip to work with. Word of warning, if you are using pure white foundation, it's not going to dry obviously like this because it's foundation and it's designed to be rubbed into your skin. So you would really need to use a white liquid liner because it will dry. Like, I'm scared to open my eye too much right now in case this smudges. So I'm going to try and finish the look. So yeah, I'm now going to go and do the exact same thing to this eye. So I'll be back with you in a tick. Okay, so I tried to do the same thing to this eye as I did to this. As usual, symmetry is the bane of my life because the dot is obviously in a different place than on this side, and the white speckles on this side didn't want to comply as well either, so they don't look as great, but I still quite like it. Obviously if you had a pair of fluttery false eyelashes for this, it would make the look even more dramatic and even more butterfly-esque, but I don't actually have a pair at the minute. I rarely wear falsies because they irritate my eyes so much. But also I feel like false eyelashes might take away from your wee white speckles anyway, so it's all good. Next I'm going to move on to lips. I'm running out of sunlight here, so I'm going to try and do this as quick as possible. But I'm going to try and go with the same sort of theme of colours, and I've got this bright orange Gosh lip liner, and I've got a nice burgundy, if I can find it. Oh, here we go. This is just a Bar AM lip liner, and it's in like a nice burgundy sort of shade. This isn't that great for, it doesn't really go on very well, but I'm going to use it anyway because it's the closest colour I have to that. I'm just going to line the lips. And then I'm just going to go in with that bright orange colour. And then to get that sort of orange into yellow gradient, I'm once again going to go back in with that yellow eyeshadow, and I'm just going to, with my finger, pick up quite a lot of that and press it into the centre of my lip. Don't know if that's going to work or not, but I'm actually losing quite a lot of this orange here, so I'm going to go back in with that. I'm now going to go in with this dark brown just to see if I can darken that line, that lip line. So yeah, I think I'm going to stop there because the lips could get out of control. They're quite dramatic, but I do love them for this look, and for Halloween you get to be a bit crazy. So yeah guys, this is the final look. I really hope you liked it. I just took my hair down and then tried to put in some wee Monarch butterflies here. I actually have loads of them, but all I could find was 2 hair grips, and I don't have any kind of wire to secure them in place, so these ones are the only ones I could put in. But it was really more about the makeup anyway. You could always get loads of these on Etsy. Shaaanxo's ones were actually a lot better than this. They were a lot more dramatic looking. If you go on Etsy, there's loads of them basically, or in your local craft stores and things like that. But yeah, I really like the look, even if you wanted to lose the butterflies and just do these colours as a Halloween look. They're very Halloweeny. So yeah, I just really would suggest, if you were doing this, if you're doing the white speckles, don't use white foundation or white you know, makeup of any kind to do that, you really need liquid eyeliner, something that's going to dry and stay in place, because this is already starting to smudge because it is a foundation and it's not really designed to be left on your eyes like this. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I really hope you like it. And if you want to see more videos like this, just hit like and subscribe, because I'm going to be doing even more Halloween type tutorials now over the next few weeks coming up to Halloween. My next one hopefully is going to be a more spooky, dramatic type of look. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.